What's up? We're going to do some resin pouring in these right here. Right in here. I'm going to wait a few minutes. I just brought the resin in from outside a few minutes ago. So I want to give it sitting next to the heater over here. Give it a few minutes to warm up. It's probably warm enough. It's been here half an hour or so next to the heater. Here's kicked on a couple times. But anyways, we are going to resin pour these right here. Which, of course, my head's in the shadow, making a shadow. You can see the letters. I'm just doing a very shallow pour. I'm not filling it. I'm going to do like I did with these, which is still kind of inset. And I really like the look because the resin kind of wicks up the edge here. Of course, I got to reset that light or redo this desk so my body isn't in the way of the light. I need more light over here or something. Anyway, that's another day. I like the look because the resin kind of curls up and it gives it that, I don't know, engraved look. What's up, Mr. Bob Carnes? I like the look. Not only that, it makes it very transparent. Not that you can really see it in this, but you can actually see the wood grain through the resin. What's up, non-fam? So I'm going to do these, whatever wood this is, and of course those fall on the floor. It was supposed to be mahogany. It was a hot tub that had rotted away, and we pulled a couple of the panels that weren't rotted away. And I mean, there was chunks of them rotten at the bottom was rotted, but I cut them off. And it was supposed to be all mahogany. But I have a feeling, now it was, no, I can't think of the name of it. I've been building the crap for years on houses. Barn board. It was barn boarded. So it was basically like a wide panel, and then where the two panels met, there was a thin strip over it, which the only thing I think was mahogany was a thin strip. This actually looks like either oak or teak. I'm going to I used to think it was teak, but the more I'm looking at it and the ingrain and everything, actually, it's just oak. Now, it's kind of funny looking around the letters. Yeah, embossed look. Well, they're embossed now. Yeah, embossed look, sure. They're funny looking already because I sprayed them. Because a couple of times I've forgotten, and the color wicks up the wood grain and pops out all over the place around the letters. So I spray them with a really thin coat of polyurethane, like really thin, just enough to seal the edges here. And hopefully I sealed it. I don't even know if I got enough on there to seal it, but it should help at least. So first things first is get as much crap out of the way. And I'm actually I don't have a silicone mat, so I'm going to wax paper my desk. So if I make a mess, because, anyone that knows me knows I'm going to frickin' make a mess. Yeah. I just assume. And I don't even care that the resin gets on my desk in the sense of marring up the desk, because it's a work surface desk. It's just a piece of plywood. I just don't want to be putting my hands in gooey crap for the next 48 hours as it dries. What is up, Steve? So hopefully that will assist in keeping it less messy. I'm going to get the phone right the hell out of here because it's just in the way. Cord, go behind here. What's up, Jerry? Hey, Bob, you want to do me a favor? You want to jump in the stream and kind of play moderator? Because once I start this, I won't be able to touch a keyboard or a mouse or anything because gooey. I get gooey. I'm a mess. Would kind of like someone to play chat moderator kind of guy. I don't even know if I can wear these gloves. These are like really, really, really old surgical gloves. Yeah, I can wear those. They're not tiny tinies. If they were tiny tinies. I think I want more wax paper over here in the corner and everything. And I'm feeling that's where I'm going to be mixing. The more wax paper, the better. All right. So, somewhere around here, I have some stirring sticks. And I brought up some little cups because I don't need a lot of resin. Let the resin warm up a few more minutes. I'd really like just one person to come in and join the stream and play moderator on the chat and everything. If someone's willing to do it. If not, oh well. I will get over it. But like I said, once I start this, I will not be touching a keyboard or a mouse. But yeah, these came out pretty nice. They're different. I like these a whole lot better. Personal preference. I really like the oak, especially when it's really old. This is old, but it's not like this old. This stuff's like, the house was in 1860s. It was built in the 1860s. So you figure it's a 100-year-old tree when they cut it down. So it's like 200-year-old oak, 100 years plus in the house, and 100-year-old tree in the first place. So however you want to look at it, it's wicked old wood. This is much newer. Much newer. It's still reclaimed, but it ain't like that stuff. And it's just not, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I really like it. It's just, I like the oak a lot better. I like to look at the oak. This is very clear. There's only the two little knots in it. Very small knots. So, we have resin. Part A, part B. Part A, part B. And we have coloring. And those are already gooey. I got goo on my fingers already. Some paper towels. And I have rubbing alcohol around here. Right here. And my feet. Hey, Paul. So, yep. Should we start? Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just I won't be able to type at all. At all. I will not touch a keyboard. But Bob hasn't responded, so he probably just stopped in and took off again to Discord to hang out. I have a feeling those guys are all over in Discord right now, which is just peachy. So here we go. Let's do this because that's the real main thing. And we will start by mixing resin. I really want a slightly bigger cup. Or do I? I think I do. I'll be right back. They're right here. I got some water cups right here. I do. Slightly bigger cups. I was hoping I had these were measuring cups. My brother gave me these. But there's no, they don't have measuring increments on them, which is sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, they're only. No, I know, but it's nice to have somebody in the chat that can respond. And, you know, if I'm doing something, they can go, hey, somebody asked a question that you're not paying attention to, kind of thing. It's nice to have a second voice when you're doing this kind of thing. All right. This is all very, very gooey because I already gooed up these resin bottles. So, yep. Yep, that's happening. And you really don't need much for this. I'm putting it in extremely thin. And they're going to get stored over on the pumpkin for the night because I'm not going to print anything tonight, which is sad because I really need to print something. But if I have to, I can print it on this. Yeah, it doesn't mean I can do anything about it. Anyway, so I don't need a lot. The way I've been doing it is with this thing, which of course is plugged, and I didn't bring my drill bit in to drill it out like a dumbass. I usually just drill it out and then use it again. I have more, but this is a real surgical needle, and I really don't want to use a real surgical needle because that's just dumb and dangerous. Gosh darn it. And this one's clogged too. Wouldn't you know it? That's just plain clogged altogether. That one's not. I really want the nipple on it, but oh well. I thought I had another one in here. I thought I grabbed them all. I guess I didn't. Don't really need it. You know, this might be better if I actually take the needle off. Because it's a much smaller amount. And this goes into the sharps because this is a real surgical needle for surgery. I should be putting that in the sharps bin, but that ain't happening tonight. These are iridescents. I really want to use these, but I'm not going to use them on this. I thought about it, but I'm not going to. It would be cool. I might do one with them. I got to play with them first, though. But there's like golden orange red. This is golden orange red. It's like the camera just doesn't do it justice. It's like a weird. It's iridescent. It like changes color. It's freaking awesome. It's very bizarre, hippie trippy stuff. There's 4 different colors here. But that's not going to happen tonight. That's another night. This one really freaks me out, though. The golden, green, yellow. This one actually like changes colors the most, it seems. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, on that note, it goes to the side. Is that a drill bit? Oh. Wish I had my little drill bit to drill this thing out. I wonder if it's just... Nope. Yep. That's clogged. I do have a needle right here. I might be able to push it out with. Holy crap, is that too big? Or is that clogged? It's that clogged, I guess. Because that's definitely not too big. Gosh darn it. I really want this. I have more of them out in the garage too. Oh well. This should be enough. It should be fine enough. Because I have these to push it around with. I'll probably use one of these two. Again, I don't use go get the bit. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it because I really like using that. But the other problem is the garage is in complete shambles right now because I did all the French cleats and then I did the back wall today. And I only got it half done because I had to do a lot of running around with elections. I had to go vote and take my mother to vote. And my mother wanted to do some stuff at church and I had to go shopping. But going shopping because it was election day, I didn't think about it, was an absolute nightmare because the shopping centers, like the schools and the shopping centers are all in that same little area of town. And it was just a cluster in the shopping center. And people weren't even shopping in the shopping center. They were just in little groups blabbing, chit-chatting, which is, I mean, whatever. It's just, it literally took me 2 hours to get through town to go vote and then go shopping, pick up my mother's drugs at the pharmacy. It took me 2 hours. It usually takes me like 20 minutes. I was not happy. So a lot of stuff in the garage didn't get done. But I think I am. I think I'm going to run outside and grab the drill bit because I really want to use this. I think I have some of these out there that are clean. I think I got some right here that might be. Now that I think about it. I might have some right here. Somewhere. In one of these bins. This is actually where they originally came from. Nope. That one, that one, nope. Should be right here. I thought I had a couple more of those in here, but I guess not. All right, I am. I'm going to run outside. Ow! And grab the drill bit. I'll be right back. Is there a... there isn't. I'll be back. You guys can stare at the oak for a minute. All right, I'm back. Of course, with my garage complete shambles, I couldn't find the right drill bit, but I think this one will work. I didn't even try it. Seems to be. Yeah, it's working. All right. Milwaukee Power. Use this crappy old big one. Look at that. It's working. Well, the resin's gooed up from the last set. But that's all right. It don't need to be perfect. Let's get to it. Let's mix up some resin. We need a little part A and a little part B. 40-minute work time, it says. This is just cheap crap. I don't even know what the brand actually is. I've been playing with it. I bought it. It was like, I don't know, $20 or something on Facebook. Yeah, on Amazon. And a little part A. A little more part A. Or B. This is actually B. I'm actually running out. I gotta get more. And then a little part A. Equal amount. Of course, I can't see crap because I'm old and blind. I think I got a little more A in there than I do B. Let it sit for a second. Oh, I forgot the damn gun too. Damn it. Gonna want that. All right. Little A, little B. Mix them up. What's up, Mika Steve? Mix them together. Zippity zooey zowie wowie. You know what? I think I'm going to run out in the garage again in a minute because I want my little torch to pull the air bubbles out with. Waste not, want not, right? Everything has come off of these. I got some weird brand of crazy glue, CA glue, that stuck to this one and hasn't peeled off. I mean, it's still flexible, but it's like crispy flexible. Does that make sense? This is the only one it stuck to, too. And I've used them all with that glue. I don't know why. I think this is breaking down or something. Let's put that in there. These are shut. These are shut. This is off to the side. This was my sloppy disc, which I just dropped on the frickin' board like a dumbass. And we stir for a very long time. We stir, and we stir, and we stir, and we stir. Now, the colors are, as the vote went, black and red. Yeah, I mix it a little bit before I start adding color. Because that way when I add the color and I stir it more, I know it gets stirred. Because I have discovered if you don't stir this really well, you can get spots that it still cures, I've noticed. It just takes longer. But it also gets like there's areas that'll get like jelly. And they take a lot longer to cure. And we stir and we stir and we stir and we stir. And we stir. Boring stirring. Stir, 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 stir. Okay. So, the first color is red, which I've discovered. This says pink. I don't want pink. I want red. Now, the problem with the red, it's very red. It's not dark enough, and it kind of turns to pink when you make it transparent. So when I did this one, I ended up adding a bunch of purples and roses and rose red. I think I'm actually going to just start with rose red. I think it will be the most red. 2 drops. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's very red. It's still kind of, I don't know, does it show up on there? Yeah, it's about the right color. It's kind of pinky, purpley red. It's not true red. So like I said, last time I did use a couple drops of the true red. So let's put a drop or two red in there. And I also put like a really dark purple in it. Fuchsia, pink, purple. That's the fuchsia. What do you think of that? Yeah, the camera's sort of showing about the right color it is. I think I'm going to use this. Let's put a drop in there just to darken it up a little. And I didn't use that one because it hasn't even been cut open yet. Well, let's cut it open. Will nail clippers do it? Nope, they're not big enough. Where are my angle cutters? Right here. And it shot across the room. So now there's a spot of color somewhere on my wall. Yeah, that darkened it up a little bit. I have to add more. Okay, that's kind of red. That's very red now. Can't really tell because of the frickin' shadows and everything, and the camera's not really showing it, but it's reddish. It's still sort of pinky red, but it's definitely red. It does darken as it dries, I've noticed too, because I get a lot darker as it dried. I do think I'm going to add a color purple. Like a dark purple or a blue. Just a drop of purple. Just to darken it up a little. I have no idea what I'm doing if you guys haven't figured it out yet. I can almost add black to it, but I don't really want to add black. Yeah, that's darkening it up nice. This is the mix color. The color of the color. The color is whatever color it comes out as. That's the color Pantone color. Which the camera's showing a little darker and purplier than it really is. It has a red tone to it, more red than purple. It's kind of reddish purple. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be okay. Now, let's see. I did the uppers on that one in red, and I think I'll do the same thing. It is turning more purpley. Should we make it more red? I think we will. I think we'll add another drop of red and make it reddier and more purple. These are all transparent dyes, so yeah, I'm adding a lot of dye, but I'm also going to lay it thin, so. I really want to add some of that glittery crap to it, but I'm not going to in this. Especially with this wood just wouldn't. it would clash against this, whatever it is. I think it's half freaking mahogany, half oak, or teak. I think it's oak when I look at it. So I will be giving these away. I'm going to give the oak ones are going to get mounted on the actual RepBox. I haven't even tried these yet. I should probably try a set before I say that. I'm going to be giving these away. There is one issue with these, and that's not the one. It's this one. The stupid CNC went off, and I mean, it's my own damn fault. I centered it wrong, and it started making this mark here, which was because I didn't center it right. So I'll fill that in with resin or something. So these aren't, super fancy. That one, I did the same thing with the oak ones. I don't know why it did it. Hey, Matt. But anyway, so I'll probably give these away on some live stream at some point in the future. I believe what I'm going to do, I got to talk to Jim. I think what I'm going to do is build it on a live stream during the week, and then that next Monday, give it away on Hot Makes, which was the original plan when I was talking to Pooch in the first place when this all started way back, like almost a year ago, when I first got to CNC, and I was talking to him about doing these, and he sent me the plans, and then Poochie became a quitter, and I never got around to doing them. All right, I believe we are ready to insert color. Now, all I'm doing is, because I'm doing it so thin, I suck it up into here, and I slowly eject it around the edges, and then I take something, in this case, actually, I think I still might use these. I have these in here. I usually do this out in the garage. I think I'll still use this, and I get it like really tight against the corners, and then I let it sit and cure, and hopefully it comes out all right. How the hell did I get resin all over it already? Making a mess. There's a blob of resin here somewhere. It doesn't like the wax paper though. Comes right off of it. That's good. Oh, there's a big old blob here. Let's keep it as clean as I can. So it doesn't really suck up because it's kind of thin. Actually, I've tried thinning it with rubbing alcohol, and that works actually pretty well. And I do have 90% in here. Let's see how it goes without it. It's kind of thick, and of course my elbow's right in the way. Let's see if I can suck it up without thinning it out. Yep. Yeah, it's working. It's slow, but it's working. And the good thing is this actually helps to pull the air out because it's like a vacuum chamber. In here, because I do it really fast and then let it catch up. And then I kind of just go around and squirt it out into the item. It is kind of purpley red, especially against this reddish toned wood. Because I want it really thin. I want to see the wood grain, which is why I'm doing it this way. Instead of just pouring it in there and letting it ooze wherever it wants, which it'll do eventually. I do have to, I actually did some leveling over on the pumpkin to make sure everything was level, so when I'm done here I can set it on a level surface. And let's do this one. suck up a little more. This gives me a very controlled. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I could probably just pour it into the letters, but I like how controlled I can apply it this way. Okay, why aren't you coming out? There we go. And we ooze the resin into the letters. It's very oozy. Very, very oozy. Ooh, it was like some air, man. It was very airy. And I want to lean this up on something. That'll work. Get it all to settle in a corner so I can suck up some more. And it's a little slow and tedious, but whatever. This is just fun for me. Let's put a little more in this one because it seems like that one's got more. And then we will start spreading it out. Well, it shouldn't really need to. It usually levels itself out a little bit to some extent. Come on. Let's go, baby. Suck it up. Get the last little bit out of that cup. Put a little more over here. Get it into the corners. Which is what this syringe is really good to do. Now it's spilling up and over. Let's see. Put a little more in here. And we take our stirring stick and we just run along the edge here. That makes it flow right up. Gets rid of any surface tension of bubbles along the edge. So it's a nice embossed look or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully I'm reasonably level here, and I have a feeling I'm not from the looks of it. Looks like it's all pulling to one side. I do have a little space over there, popping some bubbles. Oh, don't look bad. think it's got more than this one. I might have to suck some out of it. Bring it over here. Oh, this is all pulling to one side. I might have to shim this up a little. I think I should right now. My desk is far from level. Let me guess. That's high. Yep. And we just take some paper and we fold it up and slide it underneath the edge that's low. And more paper, thicker. So fold it again. It's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And that's wicked high over there. So I want to raise this end up. More paper. Let's see which ways it gotta go. This end has to go up a little bit. That's pretty close, not perfect. And that's high again, because I lifted this edge. But it's not there, so whatever. I'm never going to get it perfect because the board's not absolutely perfect. That one's actually pretty close there. And it's wicked high over there. Yep. So this has to go up a lot. More paper. This is just temporary. What's up, Andrew? Just for while I'm working, so it doesn't just flow out over the lip of the letter. As long as it's close, I should be all right. It's pretty darn close. No, it's too high over here, which I had a feeling it was going to do. That's almost perfect. That's almost perfect. And it's still wicked high over there. Okay, why isn't that going down when I'm lifting this up? Makes no sense at all. All right, that's in the lines. And that looks okay. So, the red is done. And you know what? The black is just black. Yeah, no, I'll get 2 new cups. I got cups. These will go in the Garbology spooge. And we will get 2 new cups. And measure out a little A and a little B. We will start with the B, I guess, because that's what I grabbed. And I think I did about that much. And then we go to the A. At the same amount. Pretty darn close. And then we put the A to the B. I think I want to throw this frickin' makeup brush out because it's just done. And I got others. It's really not the right shape for doing this either. But that's life. And then we stir with the stirring stick. My fingers are all sticky. I have sticky fingers. The red came out a lot better than I thought it would. I like that red a lot. It's very red, especially now that it's sitting on the wood and the wood's darkening enough. I was showing it off earlier. I have some of the iridescent that changes color depending on whatever angle you're looking at it. I was thinking about glow in the dark too, but I can't afford it. It's kind of expensive. Glow in the dark was, if I remember correctly, it was more than all of those inks and the iridescents put together. It was like $25 for just the glow in the dark, and it wasn't very much of it. That's the problem with the glow in the dark is, I don't know, glow in the dark's cool for like a minute. You turn the lights off, it lasts a minute, and it's gone. It's not like it stays illuminated very long. It's the problem with most glow in the dark. Be really cool if you could get like the rechargeable like the glow sticks where you break it and the two chemicals mix. But they last a while, but they're a one-shot deal. I should probably be doing this in a more ventilated area. So I think about it. It wasn't too bright. But that's life. Stirring, stirring, stirring. And I really don't see any air bubbles. A couple over there. I was going to go out and grab the torch and torch it. All right, let's add some black. Somewhere in here, there's a bottle of black, blue, purple, black. I don't know. I just went on Amazon when I was doing this. I looked at it briefly. I remember, I think I did 3 drops last time, and it was really dark. So let's try it. That's 3 drops of black, and it is freaking dark. It's almost too dark. I should have done like 1 or 2. Oh well. Moving weird. And stirring, stirring, stirring. I don't know if you can't really tell what I'm doing, but I'm constantly scraping it off the ends, the edges. So yeah, when I mixed this, I watched a bunch of little stupid artsy videos, not like the big resin poury things, but the artsy fartsy, the coasters and artwork, and a lot of them are like, most people don't stir the resins together well enough for these inexpensive resins, 2-part resins. So the best thing to do is stir it, then add the color and stir it some more. then you can guarantee once the colors flush through it that you've actually stirred it completely, if that makes sense. And one other paper towel, because I got that one all locked down with the stirring stick. I'm going to want a dipper. Oh, it can't be drying up already. And I'm going to pump it once. Push it right back in there. To push out any red, mix it in. So I don't have a blotch of bright red somewhere. This black seems thicker, or the nozzle is clogging already. Which it shouldn't, because I got plenty of frickin' time here. I mean, it's like a 40-minute cure time. I don't know how long I've been going. Well, 50 minutes. But I actually think I want to put this in a little thinner on this one, so the black shows. Let's squirt some black out. Keep hearing something behind me. Is there a mouse behind me? Right around my freaking walls. It's that time of year the mice are active, so. Come on, baby. Suck it up. Just thinking I probably shouldn't have thrown this in my regular garbage, huh? I'm gonna get all hot when it cures. And just spread some resin around. Spread it around. And around. And around. And around. Squirt it out. In a very uncontrolled manner. And let's add some more resin to the letters. Yeah, baby. I don't see any color bleed, so I guess I got enough polyurethane on it. So if you weren't here earlier, I was describing after I sand everything, I hit the letters real quick with a very thin layer of polyurethane just to seal the wood so the resin doesn't seep into the pores and the colors don't bleed like it did if you saw my post on Twitter of my logo freaking sign thing. The color's all bled. And bled through the grain and popped up. Some of them were like an inch away from where I'd actually poured the resin. I think that's actually enough. Don't tip over. Where was my stirring stick? This was my stirring stick. And then we just go around and make sure, let go of my glove. Make sure it is all in the edges. And it keeps the air bubbles down to a minimum by polyurethaning it, because the pores don't bleed it as badly. I need to put more in this one. Well, it's all pooling up here. So it's seeming like it still needs to pitch itself this way more. Yep, looking all right. Getting rid of some air bubbles and some foamy stuff. And I think that's it. Seeing something right here on the camera, but I'm not seeing it in real life. I think it's just foam. There's some foam from the when it bubbled. I think I'm gonna have to run outside real quick and grab the little torchy thing. So this one's foaming up pretty badly. I'll be right back again. Oh crap! I poured these. we're back. We have fire. Fire. Let's fire it up. Get rid of any air bubbles. Smooth out a little. Let's not burn the paper towel or the wax paper. It works really well. I would have never thought of like burning the resin to heat up the air to make the bubbles pop, but it works. And there you go. Resin encrusted RepBox boxes. I got some black left. I wish I had other stuff. You know, I thought about I should have carved a couple of test pieces to play. I need to play with colors more and just resin in general more. But these look really nice. I'm actually liking these better now that the letters are colored in. I wasn't real happy with this. It's too pinky red. I was never a big mahogany person. It's nice, but yeah, the red, and actually the camera's showing very close to the real color. It's a little, it's actually a little redder. It looks almost kind of purpley on the camera. It's much redder. It's a more vivid, almost kind of rosy red than it's showing on the camera. It's actually a lot nicer than I expected it to be. I kept adding colors and adding colors, just like I did that one, and I got the color very close to that one. That one's a little more purpley. You know, you can see it down there. That one's a little more purpley down there, right there. But very little difference. It's very close to the same color. I am getting some bleed right here. You know, you probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a little bit of bleed right along this edge. So I must not have gotten enough polyurethane spray in there. I use a rattle can of polyurethane matte. It's real thin matte, which gives it better adhesion to the resin. Blah, 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 with the matte over the gloss. And to seal it. You can use the resin, but it's easier to just take the rattle can of polyurethane and just lightly dust it. And it keeps the color from bleeding into the grain, and yet still lets the resin adhere to the wood nicely. They look sweet. They look really, really sweet. After a couple of coats of finish, after drying, I think they will look frickin' stupendously, fabulously smashing. Take the glove and kind of like wrap all the paper towels and everything in it. So the resiny stuff is inside with all the sticks and paper towels and everything. And in the garbage goes. Now, oh crap! I took the gloves off too early. I still have to touch all this crap. I'm going to use paper towel. Put these in the box after making sure they're tight. Part A. Part B. Actually, I did part B first, and that's part A, but same difference. All the colors of the rainbow. Stash them away. I'm just going to throw this thing right out. This makeup brush has not been right for a while. Let's go in the garbage. This can get put away. This didn't get used. Yes, I knew that was going to happen. These I didn't use. These I didn't use. So, yeah. They don't look bad. They look pretty nice. They came out okay. Now I have to get them over there where the Pumpkin King is. Over there. And make sure they sit level so it doesn't all pool to one side or the other. Because I've always, a couple of times now, my little logo, or I shouldn't say little big, it's like 3 foot across or 2.5 feet across. My little logo's big logo sign. That was the problem. I actually leveled it, but I don't think it was flat on the CNC, if that makes sense. So even it's stoved in a little deeper on one side than the other, if that makes sense. The bit cut deeper. So even though the face was level, because I leveled it, it all pulled to one side. Because I have a feeling so I actually padded it up on another board. And I don't think the other board I think it had a cup in it and, pushed the sign out of flat. So the CNC cut a little bit deeper on one side than the other, and it doesn't take much. That's the only problem with the resin is it's very noticeable if something's at a level. Like I almost want to leave it where they are, although this one's puddling over here. It's thinner right here at the tip of the R than it is down here. And this end of it, see, this is already cupping. I mean, it's really, really minor, the wood, but the resin notices it, if that makes sense. Let's bring them over to the closet where I had pre-leveled everything to some extent with paper and put them on the I actually leveled the printer bed. I put the level on. I actually put the boards on the printer bed, or one of them, and put the wood on it, and then leveled the wood to make sure the bed was level. Even the wax paper can throw it out a little bit. Oops, lost the plug, but who cares? So let's bring one over. And I believe I needed to put it on that paper right here. Get it level. That doesn't seem level. It seems like I'm popping it up a lot. But it should be level this way. Which it is, but I really need my glasses to make 100% sure. Because it's blurry! It's a little high on this side. It looks low. Put dead on. And that's way too high. Okay. I needed the paper to level up before, but now I don't. So you figure that one out. Now it's way too high over there. That makes no sense at all. That's way too high over here. I need half as much paper. It's not quite high enough. So I need 230 maybe. It's too high. It's too low. All right. Pretty darn close. That's good. I'm gonna have to re-level the bed after, but that's all right. And of course, it's freaking too high over here. This needs to go this way. And this is kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll get it. That's pretty darn good. Bring the other one over. Is there anyone even left watching? Yes, if I remember correctly, I should be able to just sit on there and that paper should level it right up. But the board's probably going to give me a different reading. It's a different board. Position differently. Yep, I'm saying it's too high. That's pretty close. Put a little bit of weight on there, like a motor. It'll squish the paper down a little bit. About another motor. It was pretty darn good. Let's say it's a little bit high over there. Not terrible. Just so minorly high. Here, I don't want it right on. I probably made it too low, right? Nope, that's dead on. Sweetness. And that's dead on. Can't ask for much more than that. So now we let it cure. And that is that. Then we can clean up all this crap. Don't want to touch that yet because I know it's gooey. It's gooey. It's gooey. Ooh. But what I do want to do, take another one of those and get some 90%, which I have over here somewhere. Should have a 90% open in here somewhere, don't I? Where's my 90% rubbing alcohol? Over here. I knew I had one open. And we will have to put another glove on. You know, maybe I can do it with your towel and that. Put a glove on. Let's be brave. And stick that in there for a second. Get another paper towel. I should just put a glove on. I got one right here. Let's just do it. Otherwise, you know, I'm going to get that crap on my hand. Well, that worked. Them are old gloves. Get another one. Got a little bag of them. And we'll use a paper towel. Just, uh-oh, it's already freaking clogged. Like pulling resin. I think I did. Yep, surely did. Pull in the alcohol to clean out the resin. Which doesn't work perfectly, as you guys noticed, because I still had to drill it out. It definitely helps. Yeah, I like that the wood sees through it. I know you commented that a while ago, but I was busy. Yeah. I deliberately bought transparent resins for the... I kind of want it to... I don't want it to be stained. I'm going to probably do a stain. I don't know if you guys all saw my Twitter post of what color I should do it. And a lot of people are like, just stain it, stain it. For one, that, whatever that wood is, teak or mahogany, or it's a very tight grain. And it's kind of plain. It's rather plain grain, and it's just, very straight. And I think it'd be kind of boring with just stain on it. I probably will do one. Make another one out of the really old oak. That will look awesome stained. And I think what I'll do is I'm not sure how I do it, because the last thing I do is cut the outline. The first thing I do is cut the letters. And what I'm thinking is doing it in reverse. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll leave it a little wide. My thought would be to stain it really dark for the letters, and then run it through the planer, and then cut it out and stain it with a light stain. So the letters are much darker, kind of like what I'm doing now, but it's all stained. It's not just resin, but the letters are darker. I think that's how I'd have to do it. I'd have to cut the letters, stain it, I wonder if I hit it with poly. Because the other thing is I'm still going to get bleed when I stain the letters. If I hit it, I can cut it a little thick and then just shave off a little bit. But I still think you're going to get grain bleed with a stain from the letters into the main board. I'd like to stain the letters a little darker. So if I cut the letters, hit it with a stain, let it dry, have the board a little bit thick, like just like a couple of millimeters too thick, and run it through the planer to shave it down on the letter side. Then stain it with like a nice, like, I don't even think I would stain it because this is just the natural color of the wood. And it kind of almost looks like a honey stain just because it's such an old oak. It's I mean, the minute you hit it with polyurethane, it's funny. It's got like a reddish yellow, almost orange hue to it when you first clean it up. But the minute you hit it with any moisture, with any kind of finish, it darkens. It gets this like honey yellow, orangey kind of color, which all oak does. I mean, my floors are oak. It's very similar. This way. A similar color. But these are like 50-year-old finish. Not quite. I refinished them like 25 years ago, 30 years ago, 25 years ago. This is brand new, and it's already as dark as that. Anyway, the thought to stain the letters with just regular old stain, shave off a little bit so any stain, spill, bleed, anything gets cleaned up, and then use a different stain on top. And see how that goes. I'm tired. It's almost 10 o'clock. So anyways, that's that. I'm going to kill the stream. Because pretty much done. It's just clean up time. Clean this thing out. Seems to be working. Just flush some more rubbing alcohol through it. And that's that. The letters have been epoxied. And I don't have the garage to just dump this in. What am I going to do with this? There's resin left over. I'm rubbing alcohol with resin in it. What do you guys do with your resins and stuff when you do resin printing? You just throw it in the freaking garbage? I think that's what I'm going to do. Not, it's such a small amount. There's enough paper towel in there. That's what I'm doing. Probably not the greatest idea. But if I pour it on the paper towel will absorb it. Right? That's the theory. Then pour the rubbing alcohol on top of it, thin it out, and break it down. Then put the cover on it. And then don't worry about it. And then take this thing and pull it apart. And pull this out if I can. Set this in the box. And hopefully it doesn't cure up this time. Though I have a feeling it still will. And pull the wax paper and we're done. And that, my friends, is that. And the resin pouring is done for the night. Sticky resin llama is done. Now we just wait. It looks really cool from over here. I wonder if that thing will show it. Yeah, I think the light's too much over there. No, you can kind of see it. Look at how the letters are all like super glossy. It's pretty cool looking. They almost look mirrory. Oh my God. Can you get like mirror resin? Look at how those letters look right now where it's kind of mirrory from being all shiny. That might look freaking cool if I cut them out of wood and then did like a metallic. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm gonna make a bunch of them. I'm hoping I can actually sell some of them and start recouping some of the money. I don't need to get rich or anything off them, but I would like to. I'm going to give these away mostly because they're test pieces and they got a couple screw ups in them. I mean, they still look nice. The oak ones are freaking gorgeous. But they do have a couple of miscuts and, the blade wandered because I didn't set it up quite right. And, it's all a learning process. But I would like to sell, some of them and start recouping some money from all of this. Not get rich, but, some of it. But look at how those letters are all mirrory. Yeah, I'm gonna set it up. That's my next step. I want to. I'm gonna probably start tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow because I got to finish putting the garage back together after moving all the shelves around. In the next couple of days, I'm gonna glue up a large panel and see if I can cut like 8 or 10 of them at a time on the big CNC, which is the whole point of the big CNC. And if I glue up, I should be able to glue up 4 sets and put them on there and have it cut one right after the other if I lay it out right. Once the hard part is getting the layout. Once I get the layout, I will actually mark it on the wasteboard so I can spin off more of them. Yeah, I want to see if I can do like 4 sets if I can sell them. I'll probably actually just send them to Pooch. I gotta talk to Pooch. I might just send them to him and let him sell them if he wants. I gotta talk to him. These I'm probably gonna give away. I'm probably gonna build the actual RepBox on a live stream just like this with the oak panels. Maybe in the next day or two. I don't know. It depends on what my schedule is and what other people's schedules are. And I don't want to walk on somebody else's YouTube time. I know everyone's doing their set times now, which is awesome. That's great. I will build it on my channel here as a live stream and then give it away on Hot Makes. But again, I got to talk to Jim first before I go and actually say that. That, again, was the original plan with Pooch when I first got these. And I was like, dude, I'm going to cut some of these. I have no use for a RepBox, but I think they'd look cool. And he's like, yeah, do it. We'll give them away we'll give a couple away on Hot Makes. Well, COVID and me just being a putz and then Pooch quitting Hot Makes, it just never happened. But I still think I'll do it on Hot Makes. I got to talk to Jim. Maybe I'll email him tonight and set up a thing. I should have done it with Myers on there where he did the, Myers wood shop, even though he's not really just wood anymore. He's a little everything, but he's still a wood shop. It would have been a good time to do it is on his little wood shop one. But whatever. It is what it is. But if we give them away on Hot Makes, give the actual RepBox with the end panels and everything. And I may only half build it and then take it back apart. And the more I'm thinking about it, I think shipping that thing, that freaking box is heavy. Like real heavy. And that's my other problem is shipping costs. I may have to build it doing a fundraiser to pay for the shipping because it's going to be expensive. I don't know how Pooch freaking pays for the shipping on those things because that thing's got to be like 30 pounds, 20 pounds. I don't know. It's heavy. You pick up the box, you're like, oh, look, it's a big flat box. And you go to pick it up, you're like, whoa, it weighs way more than you expect it to when you go to pick it up. I mean, it's all that. It's like a masonite laminated. It's almost like a Formica top on a aluminum core or aluminum edge on a Formica. I don't know. It's like two different materials. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to kill it. It's been like an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm ready for bed. It's 10 o'clock at night here. So y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, the whole two people that are left. And we'll see you next time.